I went to school for aviation management and I am currently pursuing another degree to become an airplane pilot. I served the military when I was only 19 years old, and some of my hobbies are flying and watching the sunsets. And I am also a coffee aficionado, so I do not start my day without a fresh brew of coffee. Also, I'm an outdoors person, so I enjoy hiking, fishing, and camping. Since the pandemic, I became more, I would say, grateful. I tell my friends and my family every day that I love them because tomorrow is never guaranteed, especially during the pandemic. Um, from a personal experience, I've lost some of my close friends and family from this virus. So for me, it's I've been I would say I've been great. So some of the qualities that I hope to look for the next president is somebody who is very compassionate. Um, because becoming a president is such a big role. So you have to care about the people, especially here in the Philippines. We need to see the next leader who's going to make a big difference. And another thing would be someone who's very charismatic, someone the people need to like you. You need to spread good energy to the people. You need to always have a positive attitude because one of the unique places that I would love people to come visit is where I grew up, my hometown, which is here in Sabtang, Batanes. I grew up here and we didn't have internet. Until today, our internet is fairly fast. So I would say here in Sabtang, Batanes, because this is where I grew up and you're able to have an internet detox. This is a time away from basically the world. This is where you can.
Hello everyone, I am Bianca May Biawatin, 25 years old and representing Batangas province. My friends describe me as a jack of all trades because I believe I do have a mindset that everything can be learned and that if you have courage and determination to really pursue your dreams, you should just discover new things and push yourself to the limit. What is life for me now is that I am more grateful. I am more determined to do things that I want to do in life. And I am more positive than ever. Conquering that pandemic really made me a better version of myself and really trust the process along the way. The qualities that I look for a president is that first, she or he is accountable with the things that he will do for the Philippines. Second, I want him or her to be compassionate for his or her people so that that president will always or willing to listen to the people. And then third, I want my president to be competent enough to know what he or she doing with the position that he or she has. The uniquely beautiful thing that I am proud about the Batangas is that we have um, we have great places or destinations that you could visit, and we have a of smiling faces along the streets that will welcome you and will inspire you to have a positive life as well. And we are hospitable as well. The Tanganos are very generous with their food, and I believe.
Maayong adlaw kaninyong tanan. I am Pauline Cucharo Amlings, 26, from the very beautiful province of Bohol. I am part Belgian, part Bolanon. Belgium is known for its chocolate, Bohol is known for its chocolate hills, and I love chocolate. I also love to draw. Growing up, I would always make greeting cards for my parents on their birthday, but now I also make coloring books for kids. And another thing I want to share is that I'm such a thalassophile. I love the ocean, I love to swim, and that has led me to the amazing and thrilling sport of freediving. It's a lot more quiet now that we're actually seeing the end of the pandemic, and I'm actually very happy about that. So I'm just focusing now on preparing for this pageant and trying to let go of the perfectionist in me and enjoy every moment. Someone who listens and who actually does what he or she promises. and someone who can listen to the different needs of the community and then do something about it since they're the ones up the ladder. Being a free diver, I would love to share more about the beauty that we can find underwater in Bohol. And if you'd like, I can be your personal freediving guide.
Hi everyone, good afternoon. I am Miriam Saliling Kampong 24 representing the province of Bukidnon. My mother belongs to indigenous people, which is originally from Bukidnon, and my father belongs to Iranon tribe, coming from Carmen North, Cotabato. Aside from the fact that my parents have different ethnicity, that is why I could be able to speak different dialects, which enables me to understand their culture and their ways of living. And somehow the reason why sometimes I mispronounce English words, even though I am an English major, because we indigenous people, it is innate from us that we have different intonation and accent. We put too much stress in every word. And also, okay, thank you so much. After the pandemic, we arise from ashes. We know that pandemic brought us so much challenges, like we challenges from physically, mentally, emotionally. But right after the pandemic, we could be able to rise again and start our new life and continue our dreams, inspiring people. If I am going to look for a president, I am looking a president with a heart to the people, like knowing her responsibility and duty. He is or she is determined, passionate about her duties in life. Okay, so if you're going to visit my hometown, there are very uniquely beautiful places that. One of that is the hanging bridge along the Sampaguita Kibawi in Bukidnon. There, the hanging bridge it is the bridge for the people, it is the bridge for those students who really wanted to achieve their dreams. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Miriam.
Thank you, Miriam. You may now press the leave button.
Hi, I'm Nika May Bernardo, 22, representing Bulacan Province. My name is spelled as NYCA, and a lot of people is mispronouncing that as Nika instead of Nika. I'm a proud scholar ng bayan and a student leader. I also had a wildest dream to become an actress since I love acting in front of the camera. In fact, whenever I have school play, I'm always playing the protagonist role. And I'm the eldest among three children, and I am the only girl. People were often asking me, isn't that a burden for you that you're the one who's responsible for your two brothers? Without even noticing that my two brothers are the reason why I'm striving and doing my best to give my family the best life that I could ever give to them. And just to tell you a story, I have a friend who has started his rabbit business. Well, life has more beautiful things to offer. During those 2 years, I've learned a lot. I've been through a lot, even with the most serious pain. But, I've learned lessons that even though things happen unexpectedly, we should be ready on conquering things because we are always faithful into our goals and into our dreams. And, no matter what life had thrown into us, definitely we will always be here to fight. Thank you. Well, the qualities that I look for into our president is a compassionate one. We've been into a brave industry wherein a lot of societal issues that needs to be addressed. But there are things that has been left out, which are the unprivileged and the less fortunate. And if we are able to elect a government official who has a compassion, which is more loving and more considerate, then a wonderful life would be wherein the people doesn't have to demand for their rights. Thank you. Well, I would like to tell this might sound cliche for a Bulaqueña, but the Buddha Church. There's so much history in Venezuela where we really learn from, even into our recent situation. And that's what I want to show to everybody, that we always learn from history. And because of the history of Bulacan, we knew the things that we might maintain and the things that we should be changing. And that's what I think the history has to offer to everybody on the things, especially on the culture that we're maintaining right now. Thank you.
Hi everyone, I am Jenny Kakasin representing Cavite, and I am a cosmetic scientist. Yes, I am a technical person, however, I am also a creative one, which is why among all other sciences, I chose cosmetics. When I am alone, you will find me reading or watching a self-help video on YouTube because I value self-improvement. However, I also enjoy going out and travel with my family and friends. Lastly, one quality of me that I am most proud of is my perseverance, which is evident when I received the most persevering award back when I was a little girl. So, what is life for me now is what I learned from the pandemic is how to be adaptive. You know, you have to be able to manage yourself, to take action when it is somehow hopeless. And that is what's important for me, to be adaptive to situations, and that is how you can adapt in life.
What qualities do you look for in a president?
Well, I look for someone who is efficient in his job or in her job, and at the same time is trustworthy. Well, a uniquely beautiful landmark in Cavite is the Aguinaldo Shrine, which is where the Philippine flag was first raised as a sign of our independence from being colonized by Spain. And it is a sign of bravery for and martyrdom, which needs to be recognized by the young generation today. Because if not for our ancestors, we won't be enjoying the freedom that we have now.
Good day, everyone. My name is Chantal Elise Legaspi Schmidt, 20 years old, from Cebu City, of course. I am a law student taking up international business law in Germany, and I am a self-supporting student through my job model and a German foreign language teacher. Additionally, I am a former art student who has a penchant for all things symbolic. And while I am currently studying in Germany, I hope to remain in the Philippines and aspire to one day own a fair trade company, specifically a fashion company, that compensates workers fairly and appropriately while still selling my products at a reasonable price so that fashion and self-expression can become. Life for me now has been very different from what it has been before. Before the pandemic, I was deeply extroverted and reliant on other people to keep me sane. As a depressed and anxious person, I have now come to terms with what it means to be alone with your thoughts and to be comfortable with your past and your present. Qualities I look for in a president are accountability and visibility. I want my president to be visible not just on social media and not just on the streets, but also in the more rugged parts of our country, doing their work. And additionally, I want them to be held accountable because while we all make mistakes, we all have to be held responsible and accountable for them so that we may always improve. A uniquely beautiful place or thing about my hometown, Cebu City, is that, of course, we are deeply spiritual, and that is embedded into all of our culture, all of our community. And so a uniquely beautiful place and thing would be the puso weaving, puso being hanging rice, in all parts of our city, really. And puso is deeply symbolic because it was used as offerings to the diwatas back in the day. And so that is something that really symbolizes Cebu.
Maayong adlaw, I am Lou Dominic Tigzon, 26, from Cebu Province. I come from a family of 4 with 2 older sisters, one working abroad and one as a flight attendant, one younger brother who is studying aviation. I am the only beauty queen, model, and host, which is ironic considering that I grew up being a total introvert, but with the love of performing arts. My parents enrolled me in numerous summer classes to help me boost my self confidence, which I believe paid off considering that this is my second year to join Miss Universe Philippines and hopefully the last with flying colors. In my free time, I like to clean, have fun time with my fur babies, and watch the Friends Marathon. It's totally different. After the pandemic, I have seen life in a totally different way. I have learned to appreciate my time with my friends and family even more, and that how we use our time, especially with our busy lives before the pandemic. This time we learn to take care of our mental health, and just spend time with the people that truly means a lot to you. Qualities that I look for in a president is someone who is responsible, someone who listens to the people, and someone who is approachable. I believe that that is what this country needs, especially that this is the time where leaders with young generations are truly very into the elections and has a say in it. Cebu province has a very big coverage. There are a lot of places that people yet to has to discover. Like in my time to record my tourism video, I too have discovered a lot of places which I would love to see you to show you guys. In the south, we have a lot of more historical landmarks that people are yet to see, especially in Badian, which they celebrate the Banig Festival, and in the north, where there are a lot of there are landmarks that I would love people to visit. And
good afternoon. My name is Johnny Chiarcena, Miss Universe Philippines, Davao del Norte. Hi everyone. My name is Johnny Chiarcena. I am a medical laboratory science student at Tagum Doctors College. I always say that music flows through my veins because it's my passion. I compose songs, I write lyrics, and I sing and play musical instruments. I also love exploring new possibilities and praise God I am a valedictorian with highest honors in senior high school, a national Sudoku champion, and international research competition second placer. Lastly, I express myself best using poetry, and whatever I write, I share to other people so that I hope to be an inspiration in their lives as well. Currently, it is better than it has been the past 2 years when the pandemic started because during the pandemic, I really felt the impact with depression and anxiety that it brought now that I wasn't able to interact with other people. Currently, now that we are slowly going on to the new normal or going back to how things went before the pandemic, I am way better now because I get to see the people that I love. The qualities that I look for in a president are first, compassion, second, a listening ear, and third, a very good decisive mind. Because with compassion, they are able to think of solutions for problems that are good for the people. Second, they really need to listen to the needs of the people in order to rule well. And lastly, they have to be very good decision makers so that they wouldn't be swayed by other people's opinions. A uniquely beautiful place in Tagum City, Davao del Norte, is the Energy Park because there you can really be free to do whatever you want, to express yourself because you are very liberated to just be yourself, be with the people that you love. You can talk, you can play bike, and just enjoy your day.
Maayong adlaw sa tanan. My name is Jadaida Heferbes Corinihona, proudly representing Davao del Sur. My mom is a Filipina and my dad is from Solomon Islands, which makes me the Islander Bisaya queen from the south. I'm a pastor's kid, a model, a live streamer, and a sales assistant. At the age of 12, I started working and sending goods to my peers and nailing my first corporate job at the age of 18. I knew the value of hard work and lovely showing my persistence here in the stage. Thank you. I'm not gonna lie, life has been very hard. Until now, my family is struggling financially. And at the moment, there was a moment where I thought I'm never going to compete this year. But I love how these challenges make me who I am now and made me push to better myself. Thank you. I'm looking for a president who pushes thinking, innovation, and action. Knowing that we're living still under the pandemic and still facing natural calamities that could possibly hit our country, I believe we need a president who focuses on strategies and instilling them amidst of all these circumstances. I'll be very biased. There's this infamous perhaps, tourist spot called the Akbang Falls in my mom's hometown in Matanao, Davao del Sur. And that's because it takes so long and it takes so much effort to go to that place. I wanted to bring that here in my journey, knowing that it takes hard work and so much discipline, but eventually it will be worth it.
Hi everyone, my name is Adel May Sanchez. I am 24 years old and I'm representing the garden capital of the Philippines, Giginto, Bulacan. Now for those who don't know, I was born in Giginto, Bulacan, but was raised in Dublin, Ireland. Over there, I graduated with an honors degree in psychology and now aspire to be a psychoanalytic psychotherapist someday. I had the opportunity to represent psychology students on a European level over there and even led the Psychological Society in my university as the president. So as you can tell, I've had many leadership and ambassador roles, and I'd like to make great use of it during my time in Miss Universe Philippines. Life for me now is very mindful, and since those 2 years, I've experienced great heights and great lows. And I think the most important thing I learned from it was that it's so important to be mindful of everything that you do, because when you move so mindfully, things change for you, and it will always be for the better. The qualities that I look for a president is when she moves or he moves about in a way that's all about love and respect for one another, because when someone moves about in life with love, you can clearly see that, they'll express that so vividly. And so my answer for that is someone who moves about life with love. The most uniquely or beautiful place or thing in my hometown that I want to talk about is the nature that surrounds Bulacan. It's so vast and so beautiful that I'd love to bring everyone out there for a meditation or a mindful retreat, because it's the perfect place to find peace.
Hello, good afternoon everyone. I am Liza Katrina Bautista Samario, 19 years old from Ilocos Norte. I am a level 1 nursing student. That's why I'm a little bit more busy than usual, trying my best to balance my time, my energy, and my effort between the preparation for Miss Universe Philippines and my schoolworks. I am also an introvert, that's why I have to gather a great amount of courage to be able to speak here right now. But more than that, I am enjoying, I'm really excited, and I'm grateful that I am here right now. I guess after the pandemic, I'm a little bit more appreciative of the little things that I encounter. If 2 years ago I wasn't able to be more appreciative, right now I am more appreciative, I am more grateful, and I learned to look for the value of my family time and my time with my friends. So life for me now is more beautiful. It's more meaningful. It's happier. Honestly speaking, I want someone who has a firm hand, who is able to lead, who is more disciplined, more than ever, be able to who is who has sympathy, because I believe that if you have sympathy, you're able to experience or feel whatever constituents are experiencing. So if our president has sympathy for his constituents, yes, sir. So my hometown, I'm really proud of the people from Ilocos Norte, because they are really appreciative. And one thing that I am grateful for is that the people from Ilocos Norte are very hospitable. And if you come here to my province, then you will see how great the beauty, the tourist spots in my province are.
Hi everyone, good afternoon. I am Jewel Alexandria Balakat. I am 22 years old and I am from the province of Ilocos Sur. I am a graduate of Bachelor of Science in Tourism at the University of Northern Philippines. I am half Filipina, half Scottish, and I am 6 feet 1 inch tall. I grew up in the upland municipality of Gregorio del Pilar, and I love riding the motorcycle. I love adventure and I love appreciating the nature. Since the pandemic, life has taught me that the best thing that you can be is to be resilient and to be innovative. The pandemic has been a very challenging times, and a lot of us lost our jobs, and what we should do is to be innovative and really find other ways so that our lives must go on. What qualities I look for in a president is someone who is sympathetic and empathetic and knows how to allot the funds properly. I believe that the Philippines is a very rich country, and what we need is a leader that knows where to put our funds properly so that we can provide more. We can provide a better future for our citizens. The uniquely beautiful place in my hometown is my my place, Gregorio del Pilar. It is an upland municipality in Ilocos Sur, and it is not very patronized, or some of the people here in Ilocos Sur don't know about this place yet because it is really far from the city. And this province is very cultured and very beautiful. It has the hot springs. It has wonder.
Hello everyone, my name is Dorothy Marie Pastolero Simayan, 21, your Miss Universe Philippines, Iloilo City. I am a student nurse by day and a character designer at night, which would come as a surprise for some because my background in both science and art for one seems as the oil and water of academic skills. But I am living proof that you can be the best of both worlds. I translate my love for these concepts through doing art commissions while being in nursing school. And I gained a bit of income from that, which I use to buy myself comic books and video games. Needless to say, I will forever be an art thief. Life for me now is in a state of recovering, especially in terms of my mental well-being. It especially took its toll on how I viewed myself and how I viewed my priorities in life. And I'm very proud to say that I have strengthened my mental fortitude. The qualities that I want in a president is that of transparency and humility. Transparency because it's so important to have a kind of honesty between their people, and humility because first and foremost, the next president should see him or herself as a human being first. A uniquely beautiful place in my hometown would have to be Calle Real. It's where the historical buildings are found that has pre-existed even in the Spanish colonization era. And I want to highlight that because it perfectly captures how Ilonggos have preserved the history and the richness of it throughout time.
Hi, I'm Vanessa Caro, 25, from Iloilo Province. I was born in Honolulu, Hawaii. It was where I found my passion for Polynesian dancing. I pursued my master's degree and professional career abroad, yet I long to be back to the place I love the most, Iloilo. While I can speak 4 different languages and am of 4 different ethnicities, I consider myself 100% Filipino who loves sinigang and embodies the silent strength of the Ilonggo woman. Like many Filipinos, I come from a tight-knit family. I'm the youngest of 9 siblings, and I've lived in the Philippines for over 15 years. So while I have a multicultural background, I am every bit a Pinay at heart. Life is actually very nice right now, simply because we've struggled through so much over the 2 years of the pandemic. And as someone who learned so much, such as the power of vulnerability, I've not only been able to recognize the most important things in life, which is our health and our family, but I've also been able to connect with people all over the world and share my story and be present here in this very moment. I look for a president who is transparent, who has humility, and at the same time looks out for the well-being of the Filipino people, not only the privileged, but also the underprivileged. I also hope to see a post-pandemic era plan so that we can progress into this modern world and also strengthen our economic stance for the rest of our country. Well, that's a great question. The most uniquely beautiful thing about my hometown is the Kalinog Plaza. It's where my grassroots are from. And as I reconnected with my roots and visited there recently, it's a place where people can go to so that they can feel their best selves and truly experience the beauty of the municipality of Kalinog, its people, and what it truly means to be a Kalinognon with the power of their silent strength.
Next, we have Zenith Khan from Isabela.
Hi, hello everyone. I am Zenith Can, 23, representing the province of Isabela. I come from a family of farmers, and my grandmother have raised me ever since I was 2 months old. For my mom is an OFW. However, this did not stop me from growing up in a supportive and loving family. Growing up, I used to be very insecure, for I have a skin condition called vitiligo. I used to conceal my white spots, but now I choose to flaunt it to the rest of the world to show all the women out there that your imperfections might even make you win the Miss Universe crown. To be honest, I went through depression during the pandemic, but now I'm seeing a ray of sunshine. And I've learned the importance of love and my family, because without them, I don't think I would be able to get through this. For me, the president should have a brave soul, a kind heart, and a diligent spirit. Not only that, he should have enough experiences and, of course, compassion for the people. If he has all these qualities, I believe he can make the Philippines great again. Isabela is a very beautiful province, but if there's one unique part of my province that I'd show you, it's a town called Mapanakon, where we have a heart-shaped island with pristine beach and white sand. It's something that is unique to my province, and I'd love to show it to the rest of the world.
Hello, my name is Luis Nicole Dabu, 25. I'm to represent the surfing capital of the north, the province of La Union. Aside from eating a lot and working out barefoot, I am passionate about sports, traveling, and fashion. Fun fact about me, being a patron of fashion and arts, I designed an outfit for one of the candidates for Miss Universe Philippines back in 2021. Hopefully I would get the chance to showcase my evening gown design for this year's Miss Universe. I can also speak two basic foreign language, which is Spanish, Yo habla español, and Chinese, Wo hui yi jian zhongwen. I'm also going through the competition with my best friend Isabel Braza. Well, life for me now from the past 3 years. Well, back in 2020, I moved out from my house and I've been living independently. A lot has changed, definitely, because I've learned how to manage my own time, and I've also learned how to save up my own money. And I'm really proud of where I've been from 3 years ago and now. The qualities that I look for a president is someone who is compassionate and someone who's competent. I think during the pandemic, we've seen that we lack competence in terms of leadership, and we want a leader who will be able to lead the country for the betterment of our kababayans. Oh wow, there's so much actually. La Union itself is a beautiful place. And as I said earlier, it's the surfing capital of the north. So people can come here and please support our tourism. You can go to the beach and surf all day. And you can also go up to the mountains in Sudipen and see the vast clouds there and the sunrise. It's awesome.
Hello, Sir Voltaire. Hello, everybody. I'm Sonia Jane Taniag, 23 years old, from the hot springs capital of the Philippines, Laguna. My name is a mixture of my dad and my mom, Jason and Jen, and that is why I think my name is uniquely beautiful. I am a graduate of tourism, and despite struggling with my fear of public speaking and my self-confidence because of my experience when I was younger, I continued with my passion by taking risks. And this is actually my first pageant. And how I handle it is by saying that there is an endless possibilities and not be guaranteed. I can say that life for me now is a lot brighter. I have a lot of realizations there that I've put into my life, like appreciating my family and doing the things I love. That is why I am here and I'm ready to conquer the universe here in the Miss Universe. Actually, I want a president that is able to be steadfast with his campaign, his or her campaign, despite even if he wins already. Because there is an economic fallout in our country because of the pandemic. I hope for a president that is compassionate and would strategize ways to emerge our country and raise our flag once again as the Philippines. I would say a uniquely beautiful thing about my place is the birthplace of nationalism. If you want to know a lot about our national hero, Dr. Jose Rizal, you should absolutely visit Calamba. That is his hometown. And if you want to walk the halls and know more about our rich and colorful culture, then come to Laguna. Loud and proud Laguna!
Hi, good afternoon. My name is Sashi Chiesa. I'm 26 and I'm representing the home of our first Philippine hero, Lapu-Lapu City. I'm an independent filmmaker and I study to be an actress. I'm really passionate about telling Filipino stories and making sure that we portray strong Filipino women on the big screen. An interesting fact about me is that I love the very controversial fruit durian. I have a very wide palate, and there's no food I'm too scared to try. This courage to go for things that are kind of scary has taken on in all of my life, and I've moved to different places on my own, and it was scary, but I learned a lot. It has been 2 years. I wasn't able to see my family. It was actually a very difficult time in terms of being lonely and having to adapt to a new situation. Life for me now is the complete opposite. I am surrounded by everyone I love, and I'm able to reconnect and also reinvigorate myself as well. I'm looking for a president that's able to adapt to new situations. As we've seen in the past 2 years, unprecedented things can happen. A president also should be able to create opportunities for women and make sure that all genders of our nation are well supported. I want to tell people about an island in my hometown called Kauhagan Island. Was completely destroyed by Typhoon Odette, and that makes it very unique in terms of their struggles this year. But what is so beautiful is their spirit and their smiles and how they're able to stick together as a community. I think that's something that we should all learn from.
Hello everyone, my name is Isabel Christine Braza. I'm 25 years old and I'm representing Las Piñas City. So currently, I'm the business manager in a logistics company. I'm an athlete. I own my own beach hostel. I'm a TV commercial model for 14 years now, and now I'm an aspiring beauty queen. But I'll tell you what, guys. Sometimes I feel like things just pile up, and I want to split my body into halves, but with God's grace and mercy, I'm still able to leave a mark of excellence in everything I do through proper time management and task prioritization, more commonly known as the Pareto Principle, which is a principle I think is very important to master in order to be successful. Life's been so beautiful and I feel so accomplished already because of my stint last year. I feel like there was so much growth from my performance last year, and I'm so much more excited for my performance this year, and I can't wait. I think the leaders that we choose today, it's very important because the elections are coming up, and I really do think that our morals and principles as people should manifest in the leaders that we choose today because holistically our decision is going to matter as a nation. And yeah. Well, Las Piñas was actually a salt bed before, so it was a salt making industry and it provided good employment for all the Las Piñeros. And so I really think it's a very unique characteristic of my city, the fact that it was a salt bed.
Hi everyone, I'm Sharifa Shanas Malabanan from Lemery, Batangas. I love watching movies and TV shows. I'd say my favorite film of all time is the Harry Potter films. I'm a huge Potterhead and I also love food and enjoy eating. I even enjoy watching mukbangs, like I'd spend hours late at night watching people eat as it's still satisfying for me. I'm also a former OFW and it's something that I'm really proud of. OFWs are honorable and they are modern heroes, and that experience is something that I hold close to my heart. The past 2 years of my life during the pandemic is a struggle. I moved to Dubai when the pandemic started, and then I moved back here, and the situation is still the same. But for me, I've learned that in the past 2 years, I've learned more about myself and know that I'm stronger than what I thought I was, and I am a resilient woman. And I've overcome all these phases, and now I joined Miss Universe Philippines once more. I believe that our president should be has a good credentials because their credentials is just reflects their achievements in life, and it reflects their dedication and motivation that they can achieve anything. Their credentials speaks for themselves, and that uh, it's it shows that they can handle our country and their people. Our town, Lemery, Batangas, is a beautiful town. We have a lot of destinations in here. We have the fantasy world. We also have beaches, and I want the world to know that our town is not just a small progressive town, but it's a town full of people that is talented, that is showcasing of their intellect, and that I believe that I am a good representation of what Lemery has. Thank you.
Mabuhay! I'm Anjanette Cordero Habor, 26, Miss Universe Philippines Lucena. Some people think I look American, but I'm actually a mix of different races. My dad is Filipino, while my mom has Indonesian, Indian, and Chinese blood. I graduated with a degree of BS Mass Communication, magna cum laude. I'm a singer and a TV host. When I was 12, I joined a singing competition on TV called Little Big Superstar, which paved the way to my singing career. As the eldest child, I always try to help my family in any way that I can. That's why I'm very passionate about discovering my other potentials and evolving to a higher version of myself. Life for me now has been great. I'm happy that I was able to keep my gratitude even in those trying times. It was not easy, but now I was able to overcome it because of my faith and because of my strength. I am now here right in front of you, and I am hoping to win the Miss Universe crown. The qualities I look for in a president is someone who is honest. There have been so many past administrations, but I want someone who can really make a difference. I believe the Filipinos deserve better. We deserve more. Nothing more, nothing less. Oh, the most beautiful and unique thing about my hometown is the people. We have very creative and talented people here in Lucena that I acknowledge to be world class. We have designers, we have performers, one of which is me, who have represented our city. That's why I'm very proud of our city, very proud of Lucena City.
Hi everyone, my name is Alyssa Georgia Felix, and I'm proudly representing Macabebe, Pampanga. Maya Baldo, or good afternoon, everyone. So something that you might not know about me is that I was a working student when I was studying for my degree in VS Forensic Science. I was working in a clothing store as a cashier and a customer service representative. When I graduated, I worked in a restaurant for about a year. When I finally decided to start my career job, and I was training as a police detective before I came home to the Philippines. And something that you might not know about me is I actually love going to the beach, but I cannot swim. It's something that life for me now is quite challenging because before I left abroad to come here, I already wanted to do pageantry, and then the pandemic struck. So for 2 years, I was left with nothing to do and no job. But now that I'm doing Miss Universe Philippines, I'm finally fulfilling my dream, and I'm finally getting to do what I've always wanted to do. Qualities that I would look for is someone who is honest and someone who is there to represent the people, because we live in a country that is a democracy, so it's always the people that should go first and what the people need and want. A uniquely beautiful place in my town of Macabebe is actually Consuelo. It is the only beach that we have here in Pampanga, and I'm so proud that we have it because we live very close to Manila Bay. It's something that's of a hidden gem, and not a lot of people know about it. So I'm so proud of it, and I really want to showcase it to the world, or to the universe rather.
Hi everyone, I'm Michelle Marquez D. I'm 26 years old and I'm representing the beautiful city of Makati. So some fun facts about me: I am an actress, a beauty queen, and an entrepreneur. I did grow up on a ranch, and that's really where I found my love for nature, animals, and adrenaline-filled activities. I remember when I was 8 years old, I actually broke my arm for driving too fast, but that never stopped me there. I also have this thirst for knowledge, and despite graduating with a degree in psychology at DLSU, I also finished short courses at Harvard during the pandemic and while simultaneously shooting for a teleserie. And since then, I've been quietly working on my new NFT-based tech company. Life has been so interesting. Of course, the pandemic took me on a wild roller coaster ride of experiences. I was able to really realize so much about myself and give time to other passions of my life. And, I see things as a blessing or a lesson at all times. And it was such a blessing because without the pandemic, I wouldn't be able to focus on those different avenues of my life that I've now found so much passion in. Well, the Philippines in general has so much resources to offer. The Filipinos have so much resilience and tenacity, and the kind of leader that I want for our country is somebody that can really empower all of us as a whole. Of course, with a unified effort, somebody that doesn't put greed at the forefront and really acts as a servant to the people and not the people to be of service for the leader. Well, ever since I moved back here to the Philippines, I've only ever lived in Makati. And I really credit the way that I think because I've only ever lived in the city here. We're so tenacious, we're so ambitious, and just the quality of life here is something that I would love for my kids and the future generations to experience as well. I know that we don't have beaches here, but it's the mentality that we all have that really brings us all together and the heritage that we have as well.
I am Abigail Contreras Maclam. I'm 22 years old from the city of Malolos, Bulacan. I am a licensed professional teacher who handled classes both in junior and senior high school for 2 years. And up until right now, I'm still very thankful for all the organizations that helped me a lot in discovering my love for public speaking and conversations that matter. I became a part of a debate organization and student publication, and I make sure that I give back by training new roster of students who are more than ready to take on to that challenge. And currently, I'm engaged in public service.
So, Abigail, it's been 2 years since the pandemic. What is life for you now?
I think people really learn a lot from their experiences, and I think because of the pandemic and how heavy the challenges were, we're really taught how to be more creative, stronger, and so much closer to one another than ever. And I think with all of those aspects, we're now more than ready, and we embrace each opportunities with open arms because we know that uncertainty is always around us because that's what the pandemic taught us, and we always value the people who matter and the things that matter as well. There's a lot of qualities that the highest position in the Philippines requires, but I would love to highlight two of the most important things: a strong vision for the country and sense of accountability. Filipinos deserve so much, and we're looking for someone who can step up and do things that actually work on a long-term basis. We're also looking for someone who is very much accountable for all of his or her actions, both in the present and in the past. And in the combination of those two, we can have a stronger leader for a stronger nation. Wow, there's a lot of things that I'm actually proud of here in the Renaissance city of Malolos, but I would love to focus more on the people and its culture. Here, we cultivate and nourish the marriage of the new and the old, and we always incorporate our old customs to our new ideas, and we forward that to welcome people with the warmest smiles and make them feel that here they're not just a guest, but more so a family.
Hi, I am Isabel de Lagduce. I am 22 years old. I am an AB Political Science student. I am the eldest of six. I am a lawless girl, and this is my very first national pageant. I love eating toyom. I love posting random contents on my social media, and whenever I am having a hard time sleeping, I just imagine myself in that I am in a zombie apocalypse. Life has been so hard, especially that I am an online learner. But despite that, I have learned to value time, especially spending time with my loved ones. And that is the greatest positive thing that the pandemic is giving me to spend more time with my family. Thank you. I am looking for someone who is honest, reliable, God-fearing, because when you are a God-fearing person, everything will follow. Like you don't want to have corruption existing in our government. Thank you. Mandawi City is not tourist destination. We don't have a lot of good beaches here, or we don't have a beach here because it is an industrial city. But what we can offer is we have a very good food. We have a lot of delicacies, and one of which is masurial and bibingka, which is a steamed rice cake, which is very good for breakfast. Thank you.
Good afternoon. I'm Annabelle McDonald, 21, from Misamis Oriental. And at the age of 15, I became my own lawyer to fight for my own rights as a child. And I've also sold barbecue and bread to get by, and it would have been easier to let my life go up into flames, but instead I've used the heat of those adversities to transform myself into the woman that I am today. I'm now a full academic scholar at the De La Salle College of St. Camille, counselor in diplomatic affairs, and I've also let pageantry and its possibilities light the way forward. Even before the pandemic started, life used to be this arid desert of impossibilities. However, I've learned that as long as you believe in yourself and know that the unshed tears that you have said in your prayers can actually light the way forward and also become the rain that it needs to foster my life now into the Eden that it is. The qualities I look for in a president would first and foremost be compassion for his or her people. And secondly, it would have to be integrity. When you have compassion for your people, you can never go wrong. And when you have the integrity, the moral backbone, and the honesty to do what needs to be done in the right way, you can be the president of the Philippines. Misamis Oriental, being the land of golden coconuts, is rich in agriculture and culture itself. I would bring you to Mount Malindawat of Naawan Misamis Oriental, since it's the ancestral domain of the Higaonon community, and I've had the privilege myself to be with them and experience their culture for myself and partake in their rituals and ceremonies. And it would be an enlightening experience for all of you to be there, considering that you not only become a sustainable tourist yourself, but become an advocate for them.
So I'll start with introducing myself. I am Mario Cristal Antibo, 23 years old, representing Negros Occidental. I am a graduate of Bachelor of Arts in English, communication major in one of the colleges in Negros Occidental. I also am an only child. When my mother and father separated, my mother decided to get back in Negros Occidental. And I've seen how hard it was for her to raise me. And with that, when I was in college, I had 2 jobs to support my studies. I really am proud of myself for that one. Life for me is much better than the last time, although I really am so grateful that I still had my job during the pandemic. But to think that I had a COVID positive back then. I had depression also last year, especially. It was so much better for now. I really thank God for that one. Qualities that I look for in a president is honesty and compassion. He or she have those 2 qualities for me so that they could help other people, especially those who are in poverty lines or the underprivileged. I'm sorry, sir?
What is a uniquely beautiful place or thing about your hometown that you want to tell people about?
Oh, uniquely beautiful in my hometown. Of course, it is. We are contributing more than 50% of the sugar industry in the Philippines, and we are contributing it also to outside the Philippines. And I really am proud of that one.
Maayong adlaw kanatong tanan. I am Marilit Katipunan Iligan, 21, representing Negros Oriental. I am currently a senior student, taking up BSBA major in operations management, and where I was able to be a varsity player in my university. Aside from being a student, I am also a self-driven entrepreneur, where I manage my dream physical store come true. I am the youngest among the Tres Marias, and I can say that I got my pageant girl self from my elder sister. I am the type of a person who is very enthusiastic and outgoing, especially when it comes to nature and the things that I am passionate about. And lastly, I am a true believer. It's been 2 years and life was not easy, like the lockdowns and all, and I was balancing between my academics and business. My life for me now as a business owner has been very fulfilling, knowing that I have been customers coming in, supporting my small business, and also seeing the hope that we are currently doing now. For example, this beauty pageant, I can see that life now has more hope, and we are able to do the things that we want. The qualities that I look forward for in a president, aside from being a good leader, he or she must be selfless and who prioritizes the welfare and well-being of his or her people. So I think the good president must be able to fulfill his duties and also be a good example to everyone. What I've noticed in my hometown rather, is that Negrenses are very kulihan, or in English, very hardworking. So that quality is very unique in our province since we are able to look forward into things where we can be able to express our passion, to be fulfill our talents. And we are very kugihan, and that I believe what makes us unique.
Hi, Sir Walter. Hello, everyone. I'm Nicole Suwon Mendiola, 23, representing Northern Samar. One thing you should know about me is I love numbers. I'm a finance corporate analyst and a civil engineer as well. I'm also a sports fan. I love to watch motorsports racing and basketball. And personally, I also play volleyball, Muay Thai, and boxing to de-stress. This is actually my first time joining any pageant competition, just fresh from graduating in UP Diliman last year. So yes, I'm a versatile woman embracing new experiences and new opportunities as well. So though I am new, I can definitely offer a new perspective to this and will just show you all my best self by just being me. My life now since the pandemic helped me to change my perspective. So I learned the value of relationships, valuing the people that we love, because I know that a lot has lost their loved ones. So what I'm doing now is I'm just really valuing the relationships that I have and continuing to maintain them in the best way that I can. The qualities that I look for in the president are just three things. First is accountability that would forward the best interests of his or her people. Second is empathy, someone that would understand what the people needs and act with kindness towards it. And lastly, competence, someone that is strategic, that can move and lead this country towards the struggle that we are now facing. A uniquely beautiful thing about my hometown is, of course, its people. The people there are warm and would welcome you anytime, anywhere, wherever you want to do. They always put a smile on your face and would always make it a point to make you happy and feel the home of the Nortehanos in Northern Samar.
Hi everyone, I am Jillian Catherine Real de Mesa, 25 years old from the province of Nueva Vizcaya. I am an only child and I believe I'm an introvert and an extrovert at the same time. I enjoy being alone, just lingering the quiet moments, and most of the time I'm just shy in the corner. But also, I'm a happy-go-lucky person wherein I need to get out of my shell every once in a while. And I enjoy meeting new people and hearing their stories. And also, I'm a pandemic baker. I've learned how to bake and loved how to bake during the pandemic just by watching through online videos. So, thank you. Life for me now is very great. I'm very grateful with life right now. And with that, I've learned how to cherish life because through my own experience, my family has experienced consecutive death in the family. And I've learned how to cherish every moment and make a big deal out of every gatherings that we have been through all the time. So, thank you. The qualities that I look forward in a president is someone who is transparent, who is able to listen and has the compassion to listen to the people. Because since we are living in a tough times right now, we need someone who's compassion to listen to the people of the Philippines, which is also needed. Thank you. Uniquely beautiful place in my town would be the first Nueva Vizcaya paragliding, wherein people get to soar and experience beautiful things in life, and not just people with depression even faced it, and they have been through uphill in the. Thank you.
Hello everyone, good afternoon. I am Angelica Lopez, 21, from the beautiful province of Palawan. I am currently taking up Bachelor of Science in Psychology at Palawan State University,
And I have actually chosen this course because I want to help people with mental health issues and I want to understand people deeply. And moreover, of course, during my free time, I super love reading books, especially the inspirational ones. I love watching documentaries and singing. For those who don't know, my parents are both musicians. That's why I am musically inclined and I have inherited their skills, especially in singing and playing instruments such as guitar. For those for me, life right now is much more adaptable because that's one of the qualities that we have as Filipinos. We are adaptable to changes that are happening around us. And with the pandemic that has happened just 2 years ago, we learned how to be resilient in everything because we have a family to support. And of course, we have dreams that we need to work on. And that's what I'm really proud as a Filipino. And I look for a person who is transparent with his actions, who has proven in the community that his actions have greatly impacted other people. You know, he is sensitive, compassionate, and he truly shows how much he loves other people in his community. And you know what? I believe that that's one thing that we should always look for a president. Someone who is more compassionate, someone who understands the needs of the people around them. That would be our geographical location because there's a lot of beautiful places there. The islands, you know, the crystal clear water, the beautiful trees that we have. But more than that, I would say, of course, the heart of the people. Because with the challenges that we have faced, we learned how to strive through it. And of course, if you know that the Bagyong Odette has greatly impacted Palawan, but I have seen the resiliency.
Santos Seago, Sikayon Amin. I am Ivy Purpose Barbon, 22, from the province of Pangasinan. I am a product of a broken family, and growing up, I have lived independently. I got bullied because of my skin color and my appearance, but that doesn't stop me from achieving my dreams. I have earned my degree in tourism management in 2019, and now I am a fur mom wherein I have two fur babies. Fun fact about my name is that Ivy came from the phrase I love you. So whenever you're calling my name, it's like telling me that you love me. Life is very unpredictable, but that doesn't mean that we should give up in achieving our dreams and that our dreams are just on pause. And now we are on the alert level stage one of conquering and battling the pandemic. So we should always have hope in our life that we will be able to continue the dreams. I always look for the qualities of a president that he or she is accountable and that he has big plans for a country, our Philippines, and of course a leader who will lead us to our right path and will have improvement in our country. Definitely my Manawag, which is Our Lady of Basilica of Manawag Church. It is one of the oldest church and miraculous church. So definitely if you have time to visit it because you will never go wrong and you will enjoy your stay and visit in my province.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone. I am Celeste Cortesi, representing Pasay. If there is something that people don't know about me is that I really love eating. I'm very adventurous when it comes to food. I like to try, I like to explore new things. I even tried balut here in the Philippines and surprisingly, I liked it very much. I'm also a chocoholic, meaning I just need that piece of chocolate every time after every meal or else my day wouldn't be complete. Among the things I really like to do, I like doing CrossFit. I work out almost every day. And I also like meditating. I take at least 15 minutes a day for me to just stay by myself with my thoughts and to just release all the stress that I have. Well, because of the pandemic, actually, I wasn't able to see my family anymore. So now the only thing that I really think about is the fact that I miss them so much and I just want to visit my mother. However, during the pandemic, I was also able to find a new passion, which is in real estate. And I'm very proud of it. I think that it was a very hard time for everyone, but we were able to rise from the occasion and find new passions and a new purpose. The qualities that I look for in a president is someone that, first of all, is committed into leading the country in the best way he can, someone that is aware of the history of the Filipino people and know what to do about that, and someone that is always open to ideas, someone that can listen to the people and find solution for the country. I would say Mo Arena. I think it's the best place in Manila, and we even hosted Miss Universe in 2016. So I think that really showed that Filipino people really have a great talent. And Mo Arena is the place where we hosted a lot of concerts. And if I were to talk to someone from another country, I would definitely invite him to go to Mo Arena and watch the Miss Universe Philippines 2022.
Hi, hello everyone. I am Grace Nicole Villasanca Distura from the hidden paradise of Quezon Province. I love to do a lot of things simultaneously, and I don't give up until I reach my dreams and goals in life. I do performing arts and theater, and I love to work at our university school publication, The Luzonian. And I was born 2000, which my grandparents called me the Millennium Baby. And that means that the last two numbers of the year is my age. And I am a Capricorn, which means that I hustle and I don't mind. Since the pandemic, life has challenged me to be stronger and to value my time with my family. And this is something that I will always be grateful for because even in the pandemic, some beautiful things may also happen. And that is spending more time with my family, even in the pandemic. Thank you. For me, the qualities that I look for in a president is someone who has integrity, someone who acts with honesty, and someone who is competent. That will bring our country back to its track and to be globally competitive. And that is the qualities that I look for in a president. Thank you. Well, Quezon Province is the hidden core of paradise. And I want the universe to see the Pulong Pasig of Calawag, Quezon, which my grandfather grew up on. It is unique and it's hidden and it's a fresh experience to tourists. And this is something that I would offer to the universe.
Hi, I'm Sophia Veronica Torres. I'm 18, representing Rizal. And to get to know me a little more, I actually grew up prioritizing and giving huge importance to my learning. This paved the way for my academic excellence. But besides that, I ended up loving research and trying new things. I can say that now I have so many wonderful experiences. I've tried drawing, playing sports, reading, singing, dancing, playing instruments even, and I really love business and food. So both cooking and of course eating. So if there's something you should know about me, it's that I'm continuously growing and I'd love to grow with the people around me. Life for me now is really a journey and it's really just continuously trying to learn new things, adapt, and also socialize and get to know more people and learn how to help the people around me. The qualities I look for in a president would of course be their sincerity and their ability to lead and communicate and relate to the people. I believe that the most unique and beautiful thing about my town Rizal would be the people and their creativity. So it's really the fashion, the art, and everything about that. And I feel like being the cradle of Philippine art, we would really see that that is something to be proud of.
Hi, I'm Francesca Alexine Licanto da Devas, but you can just call me Pupa. I'm 22 from the seafood capital of the Philippines, Roja City. I'm a jack of all trades, but I master none. When I'm in the mood, I like to compose music. I like to write songs. I also paint sometimes, but in my free time, because I'm super competitive, I pour that out in video games. I like to play video games. Life has been actually hard. The 2 years of pandemic, I have been experiencing depression for the past year. But right now, I'm actually healing. This is a great opportunity for me to actually heal and put myself out there. Two qualities that would be to be competent and compassion. Competent for them to do the work, and compassion because they have to have the human heart. I want to tell people about our beach. It's called Bye Bye. That's in Rojas City. That's where our fish are from. We are the seafood capital of the Philippines, so our fish and our prawns, our crabs are always prime.
I'm Danny Camcam representing San Juan City for this year's Miss Universe Philippines. Hi everyone, I'm Danny Camcam. I'm 24 years old and I'm from San Juan City. I'm Filipino American, but I was born and bred in Manila. I graduated from De La Salle University, where I was a consistent Dean's Lister and graduated with a degree in psychology. Something that I'm most proud about is that I'm actually in the process of becoming a published academic author. But my big dream is to be a farmer. But when I don't have my Farmer Dan hat on, I love spending time with my family. We are a very, very tight-knit family. We still do family game nights and Sunday evening dinners. Well, life for me now has been going back to normal wonderfully, and actually during the pandemic I learned so much. I had to face my issues head on, which was insecurity in my case, and something I would do to kind of battle it is I would constantly tell myself, you are loved, you are light, and sometimes even with tears streaming down my face, I would tell myself, you are loved, you are light, and I'm so happy to say I come to you today as somebody who truly does believe she emanates love and light. I believe somebody who leads our nation, number one, needs to be well educated and needs to be able to impart a lot of wisdom. Number two should be somebody who has a great track record with helping the people. And number three, I believe that our next leader should be somebody who really does have a heart for others. Something uniquely beautiful about San Juan City, which is not really known, is El Deposito.